It's your boy Cool Eagle back here in another video. Just want to come talk to you guys because this Eagles drama is just getting out of hand, bro. It's getting really out of hand, man. First, AJ Brown comes on a post game after the very close win versus the Carolina Panthers and talks about what needs to be improved on this Eagles team as we make our journey towards the Super Bowl, which I still think we are in high contention of. I know everybody's talking about the Detroit Lions and all that, but the Eagles to me are still the favorite to go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC. Pending whatever happens with Detroit, right? So AJ Brown clearly talks about the passing, the passing aspect of the offense needs to be improved. Now, when you say that, you're only talking about one or two people. You're talking about Jalen Hurts, or you're talking about the play calling of Kellen Moore. Now, I know he's not talking about Kellen Moore because Kellen Moore's offense is literally putting A.J. Brown on a pace to eclipse 1,200 yards with half the amount of receptions. So, what A.J. Brown was griping about, I truly don't understand. Yes, Jalen Hurts did look very skittish in that Carolina Panthers game. Maybe again, like if you see my video last night, maybe he was just seeing some things that we weren't. Maybe he wasn't seeing things that we thought he should. Looking at the all 22 that everybody's going over, including pundits like Emmanuel Acho, Jalen has missed a couple throws that probably could have added like 40, 50 more yards to his passing total. Because he was 14 to 21, very efficient for 108 yards, two touchdowns, and he got a touchdown on the ground. So, three touchdown day, 67% completion rate. Very efficient. And I was talking with some people on Twitter about this, and pretty much what they were saying was that um, hey, Darlene, how you doing? Thanks for coming. Pretty much that he should have thrown for 300 yards. Not even looking at the fact that the Carolina Panthers have been playing teams close since November the 3rd. Not even realizing that the Carolina Panthers almost beat the defending Super Bowl champions at home 30 to 27 and were a muff offensive drive away from being the only team that doesn't have a winning record to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Uh, hey, what's up, Magnatrix? Oh yeah, Lurvin Tut. Yes, we are talking about NFL football, the whole drama that's going on with the Philadelphia Eagles. Hey, what's up, Hazel? Trump or Kamala? Hey man, Trump 2024, man. But anyway, it's not about this, man. This is about the impending drama that is just so unnecessary with the Philadelphia Eagles franchise. Like AJ Brown didn't need to come out and say anything. He could have took the Devontae Smith method of answering media questions. He could have just said, "Well, I really need to have a chance to take a look at the film before I give you an answer. I really don't know. It's fresh after the game. We're just excited to get a win on our journey to Hazel. Yeah, like Kamala's nice too. It's just for a lot of people in the country. She just wasn't resonating enough. Like it is what it is. Um, but um, and I'm on the front and I'm on the forefront of saying this now, man. Uh, Devontae Smith has so much more maturity than AJ Brown. It's not even close because AJ Brown, for the past few years, even when he was with Tennessee, that's part of the reason why they wanted to get rid of him was because he was just such a problem and his character was so inconsistent. Now, I'm not taking anything away from how phenomenal of an athlete that AJ Brown is. He's a phenomenal athlete, a perennial Pro Bowl, All Pro receiver, been in a Super Bowl, been in a couple AFC championship, been in a couple of championship games, what have you. Um, and it's just his leadership is just so inconsistent. Because why would you say that? The media has literally been putting Jalen Hurts under fire since preseason. They were talking about if Jalen Hurts was going to be the reason that they're being held back from a championship. Do you not know how ridiculous that is to say? That is ridiculous. It is super ridiculous because Jalen Hurts in that 2022 season was the reason that you were able to get to another Super Bowl. Mind you, that fumble he did in the Super Bowl made a huge difference in the end because it. I mean that was points on the board for the Kansas City Chiefs. But to say Jalen Hurts isn't an elite force in this offense in the NFL, it's just ridiculous. It is super ridiculous. And Brandon Graham, I don't know what Brandon Graham was thinking, bro. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know if he was just off of perk 30 from the surgery and he went up there on some other shit or whatever, man. And then he backtracked his whole statement and all that shit. And uh, man, I hope Howie Roseman, the great and honorable Howie Roseman, I hope Howie Roseman is just taking all three of those guys, Jalen, AJ, and Brandon. I hope he's taking all of them into a room and just talking like, hey guys, this drama is unnecessary. We are literally on the pinnacle, on the cusp, if you will, on the cusp of pursuing another Super Bowl appearance. Super Bowl appearance. And we don't need this kind of drama as we're going into a must win game because the Philadelphia Eagles have to win this game versus Pittsburgh. Because if you don't win this game versus Pittsburgh, that takes you even further from the running of getting the number one seed from Detroit, who we are literally a game behind. So we can't have any kind of distractions, any kind of like disruption in the flow. Now, winning 9 games in a row is hard. It's hard. Look at the Kansas City Chiefs. They are winning every single game by a hope and a prayer. And they they make it look easy, but it's not. It's not easy to win in the NFL. No matter if you play NFL or not, you know how high contact and the stress and the workload and the week long preparation of getting ready for these high contact games. It's not easy to win this much. And we have been able to win 9 straight games. So we don't need this kind of drama and distractions and negativity perpetrating the locker room. Now I'm not saying that all players get along in the locker room. No. You have a job, I have a job, the people that are watching this, y'all have a job, the people that are like that are gonna like this video have a job. Uh the BMW, what's up, man? Trump and Kamala. Hey man, Trump and Kamala both have jobs where they have to work with a multitude of people and they don't always necessarily like each other, but they are on a collective mission to achieve a purpose. And that's what we're on right now. We are on a mission to try to win a Super Bowl. We're not on the cusp of just trying to make the playoffs. We're not the Dallas Cowboys. We are not the Dallas Cowboys. We don't care for winning the division and just going to the first round and getting bounced. That's not our mantra. That's not how we roll. That's not the energy in this locker room. That's not what these vets represent. We don't need this kind of distraction. So AJ Brown, he needs to get off these diva antics he does every single year. Man, you know what, man? You know what? AJ Brown is starting to sound like a lot like To, man. Starting to sound a lot like To, and the way he is constantly putting his quarterback on the hot seat for 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 just trivial things, okay? Now, I'm not going to say to you that Jalen Hurts is not at fault in some way for this, because he did look a little skittish in that pocket yesterday. He did miss a few throws that could have, you know, took it from 67% to maybe completing 80% of his passes. Okay, that's fine. Everybody has an off game. Every elite quarterback has an off game. Look at Patrick Mahomes. Look at Josh Allen when he played the Baltimore Ravens. He literally went 9 for 30, something that's unheard of. But because Jalen is Jalen Hurts, and he's playing for a team with a media that is constantly trying to rage bait fans into talking about things that don't matter, that have nothing to do with the 9-game win streak that we're on, the defense that's playing lights out under Vic Fangio, the offense that is running through Saquon Barkley, who is being talked about as an MVP over go gadget Josh Allen, like depending on what pundit you are, and, and yet we're talking about things that only stimulate from one game. Yes, we know Jalen Hurts looked gun shy, but that still doesn't take away from the fact that you are looking like a pariah that constantly puts his quarterback on the hot seat, and it's just so inconsistent. That is not good leadership. That is not consistent leadership. And Brandon Graham, he did what he did. Brandon Graham had the appearance of intentions going on Sports WIP, even though, like a lot of Eagles fans, I don't recommend um, endorsing that platform. I don't recommend players going near that platform. I don't even want players even giving them any kind of ammo because we know how they are going to twist the narrative and try to drive the negativity for clicks and views. That's all it is. And when you're a winning perennial playoff franchise like the Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys, the Kansas City Chiefs, uh, Buffalo Bills, any other winning franchise, rage baiting fans is the new wave. You say something outrageous, you make an outrageous take, and you get clicks and views for it. Because if you tell people the truth, people don't want to hear it. And you know, and I'm all for capitalism. Capitalism is fine, in just like whatever facet you want to do it, whether media, retail sales, whatever the fuck. It's it's fine. But when you're disingenuous about it, that's where people like me have a problem because you're spinning a narrative that doesn't need to be spun. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the Eagles passing offense. If you look at the numbers in totality, Jalen Hurts, he's top 10 in completion percentage, top 10 in QBR, top 10 in quarterback rating, and he's a top 5 rusher at the quarterback position. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets to 1,000 yards by the end of the year. Like I don't know how many yards he has, but I'm sure it's about 500-600 yards, and we got what 5 6 more games to go. So who's to say what what Jalen's numbers in totality are going to look like by the end of the year? But to discount him for that and saying that the passing game is a problem is disingenuous because there is no proof other than Jalen Hurts missing a few passes in a game versus a team that's beginning that's been giving everybody problems since November the 3rd. Yeah, since November the 3rd, the Carolina Panthers have looked like a different team for a whole month and a week now. But we're just gonna you know what I'm saying, like disregard all that and talk about like a problem that's not even there. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man. I mean, look, and I'm not gonna call AJ Brown like I'm not gonna call him a drama queen, even though I'm saying because that's a little just, you know what I'm saying, because that's a little bit degrading. I'm not gonna call him a drama queen, but for you to constantly keep putting yourself in the media, you know, for some gripes that you have no business griping about, bro, you're still earning your money. Bitch, you just got paid. You just got paid a contract over the summer. You make $35 million a year, bro. Jamar Chase is fighting for a contract right now, and he's not putting his quarterback on the hot seat like that. No, that's you doing that shit. I don't know any other wide receiver in the league right now. Number one wide receiver, because Cowboy wide receivers, right? I don't know any other receiver that is putting that quarterback on the hot seat as much as AJ Brown has put Jalen Hurts on. Tell like tell me where I'm lying at. Tell me where I'm lying at. AJ Brown consistently does this every year. It seems like he's inconsistent, and I'm not gonna go into his mental state because that's a whole other conversation. And I hope and pray for him that he gets to what just whatever he's going through. But dog, man, we are on a run. We are trying to achieve a purpose of winning a championship, and you are becoming a liability by you putting your team in the media attention, and they've been baiting you for weeks to say something, and like a trout flopping in the water, you took it. You took it, man. And you better hope that we win this game versus Pittsburgh, man. Anyway, man, I thank y'all for coming to watch, man. I thank y'all for all your viewership, all the likes, subscribes that y'all have given me over these years, man. We got more content on the way. Um, man, I just had to come talk about this, man, and I appreciate y'all listening, man. Y'all like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Y'all have a nice rest of y'all's day. Nice rest of y'all's week, man. Like whoever your team is, which number the best for you, as long as you don't run into the Philadelphia Eagles, right? So, y'all have a good day, man. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, man, and we're out here.